All right, hello, everyone. How is it going? Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live commentary stream. We are getting ready to get started with Oilers and Ducks coming up here in just a moment. Seeing everybody flow into the stream. How are we doing? Good to see you all coming in here. It was a fun game to see Minnesota and Dallas come to a close. Another second-round matchup has officially been determined. That'll be a fun one to keep track of later on. We'll do a series preview on it tomorrow. But now we turn aside to Oilers and Ducks. Round 1, Game 6. And the Anaheim Ducks, who have home ice advantage, have a chance to potentially take home this series here tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. Seeing everybody slowly flow in here from the Minnesota-Dallas game. Mr. GG, what's up? What's up, Sharky? Oh, that sucks. At least you got me. What's up, C Blondes Report? How are you doing? Good to see everybody flowing in here onto the chat. Getting ready for Oilers and Ducks coming up here in just a moment. Not sure why, but it's not letting me load it onto my stream. So let me see if it's on this one, actually. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Oilers and Ducks getting ready to get started here in just a moment. The Anaheim Ducks have a chance to advance to the second round for the first time in a hot minute. We will see if they can get it done. Still says my event is starting soon. Hopefully that changes itself here before the puck actually drops. And it does. Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to another Watch of Nordic live commentary stream. We're ready to get started here with Game 6 of Round 1 between the Anaheim Ducks and the Edmonton Oilers. Starting goaltenders here on both sides. It's the same goalies as it was in Game 5. Connor Ingram versus Lucas Dostal. And it should be a fun one here tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. As always, I appreciate it. It is Game 2 of 2 games here on the night. And we are underway. Oilers and Ducks, Round 1, Game 6. Down low in the corner then, Pavel Mintyukov will get it back for Anaheim. Off the boards, Chris Kreider. Cleared away then to center. Terry trying to battle for it then on the right side. Nurse battling alongside Carlson, who comes in, and he nearly had a chance to make it a 1-0 game. Jack Roslovic back down low in the corner then for Edmonton. Roslovic will move it through center to Darnell Nurse. Nurse will dump it down low into the Anaheim zone. Lacombe battling for on the right side then with Connor McDavid. Puck is drawn back to center. Evan Bouchard in the Edmonton end. Matthias Ekholm now will dump it down low into the Anaheim end. Lacombe on the right side then for Draisaitl. McDavid battling for it there as well. Here's Jacob Trouba. Trouba, he'll dump it down low now into the Edmonton zone. Bouchard on the right side. Shot on there goes wide of Ingram. Up top, Trouba. Back down low. Shot on there by Seneca goes wide too. And Edmonton will play it to center. Draisaitl and McDavid. McDavid shoots it. And that one goes wide. Cleared around to the right side then. McDavid. Below the line then for Draisaitl. Leon Draisaitl up top then. Woman a shot. And that one's back down low. Cleared off the boards by Jeffrey Viel, who had 2 goals in Game 4. And an icing here against Anaheim as it slides back into the Edmonton zone. Again, the Ducks lead this series by a score of 3-2. Edmonton trying to win this 6th game and force a Game 7 back in Edmonton on Saturday. We will see if it gets there. Face-off in the Anaheim zone. It's Nugent Hopkins against Granlund. Face-off one back then by Anaheim. Jackson Lacombe carries it through center. Lacombe broken up then by Edmonton. Here's Hyman breaking it down low into the zone. Battling for it alongside Carlson there as well as Paling. Paling will backhand it off the boards down low to the corner to Viel. Viel ahead then for Poehling. Poehling through center. Dumps it down low. Darnell Nurse for Podkolzin. Nurse will get it back then for Edmonton. They will play it to center. Here's Vasily Podkolzin. Down the right side, drops it back to Nurse. A shot. Saved there by Dostal. Up top, Nurse fires one on again. That one's denied there too. McTavish. Ahead then to center. Back over then, down low, Edmonton regroups. It's Nurse ahead then for Lazar, who will dump it into the corner. Josh Szymanski. Battling forward here now on the right side. Washi trying to get it to center, kept in by Edmonton. Ekholm will backhand it out to the corner. Lazar, broken up then by Anaheim. McTavish getting to it through center. Pass to Terry is blocked. It would have been a 1-0. Carlson on the right side, still back then by Evan Bouchard, who will bank it off the boards and back into the Anaheim end. Tyson Hines will get it back then for Anaheim. Hines ahead then for Leo Carlson. Broken up to the line by Jake Wallman and forced all the way back down to the Anaheim zone. Trouba for Jackson Lacombe. Lacombe to Trouba, who gains the line and dumps it down low into the Edmonton zone. Bouchard fighting on the right side then with Chris Kreider. Chris Kreider now top of the circle. Shoots it. Saved by Ingram. And he'll make the stop at 16:48. One shot apiece for each team through about 3 minutes of play. Connor Ingram in this series, he was pretty good. In Game 5, stopped 29 of 30 shots. On the other side, Lucas Dostal, who was pulled in the opening period. He's allowed a goal in the first shot in 12 of his 60 starts over the course of the regular season and the playoffs. Face-off one back then by Edmonton. Darnell Nurse battling forward down low in the corner then with Kreider. Through the neutral zone now with speed, Connor Murphy. Tries to play it ahead. He'll get it there. Backhanded down low then by Lazar. Behind the net then, Jason Dickinson over then for Roslovic, who will bank it back up top. Nurse. Down low then. Battling in the corner is Roslovic. Trying to get that one free on the right side. Kreider will backhand it to center then for Anaheim. Nurse. Back over then for Murphy. Murphy will dump it ahead then to Savoy. Whistle blown dead for an offsides against Edmonton. Coaching matchups, Chris Knobloch against Joel Quenneville. It really does feel like it's cup or bust for Edmonton, and the fact that they would lose in the first round would not bode well whatsoever. Joel Quenneville getting his Anaheim Ducks to the playoffs for the first time since 2018. Here's Nugent Hopkins versus Granlund. Face-off is a tie-up then outside of the Edmonton zone. Here's Wallman. Jake Wallman now dumps it in. Save there by Dostal. And a slap shot there in the middle of the chest of Jake Wallman. Face-off coming up here now in the Anaheim zone. What's up, Brian? How we doing? Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. Shots are 2-1 in favor of the Oilers. Face-off here in the Anaheim zone. Washi versus Draisaitl is won back then by Anaheim. Trouba will dump it to center. Bouchard for Connor McDavid, who dumps it down low. Dostal out of his net to play that puck. Right side to center, Ekholm. Stolen back then by Washi, who will dump it down low. Bouchard will carry it through center, then McDavid. Off the boards, Connor McDavid battling for on the right side, gets it back. McDavid down low, backhand on, goes wide there of Dostal. And now Seneca takes it through center. Seneca for Alex Killorn. Killorn cross-ice pass then for Lacombe. Lacombe backhand pass in front is broken up then there, and Bouchard will get it to center. Here's McDavid, cross-ice pass to Draisaitl. Broken up then by Anaheim at center. Granlund will dump it down low into the Edmonton zone. Battling for on the right side, then Minchukov down low for Seneca. Connor McDavid Gets it back for Edmonton. Ahead then now, Connor Murphy will dump it to center. It's broken up then by the Ducks, who will play it through center. Gauthier fires it, and that one goes up and out of play. And now some friendly pushing and shoving behind the Edmonton net. You're just now tuning in. Game 6 of round 1 between Edmonton and Anaheim. Minnesota is moving on to the second round after defeating the Dallas Stars in 6 games. That was our best performing series of the playoffs so far. Face-off in the Edmonton zone is tied up. Darnell Nurse will take it back and chip it to center. Hyman will play it ahead. Dostal of his net to play will break it to center. Nugent Hopkins. Down low then Murphy. Murphy cross-ice pass to Nurse and chip back down low into the Anaheim zone for an icing. Shot still 2-1 in favor of Edmonton. The faceoff is coming up in the Oilers zone. The real key is that Anaheim gets the first goal. If they want to win this game in the series, they have to get the first goal. The Oilers have, especially in the first period of Game 5, they scored 3 goals in the opening period to make it a 3-0 hockey game, and the game was over before it even started, essentially. Dickinson battling forward in the corner then with Terry. Terry fighting forward here now, down low. It's cleared all the way back into the Edmonton zone. Here's Troy Terry. On the right side, Hellison gets it back to center. Carlson fighting alongside Dickinson. Leo Carlson then for Tyson Hines in his own zone. Drew Hellison. Played ahead then for Granlund. Mikhail Granlund will dump it around then behind the net for Hellison. Hellison fighting with Savoy. Drew Hellison down low then for Granlund. Granlund will dump it down low to the corner then for Ty Emberson. Emberson will flip it all the way back to center. Here's Jack Roslovic now. He gains the line and backhands it down low into the Anaheim end. About 6.5 minutes gone here in this first period. It's going to be a game of perfect hockey, no mistakes, until someone makes one. And it costs them a goal. It has that kind of atmosphere. Here's Murphy battling forward down low in the corner then with Doc. Colton Doc battling forward alongside Paling. Trying to get that one free. Ryan Paling down low. He nearly trips to the ice. He'll get it back. Battling forward in the corner then with Doc. Hines fighting alongside Lazar. Played up top then. Dump down low. Doc will fire it wide of Dostal. Lazar gets it back for Edmonton. Curtis Lazar off the boards then for McDavid. McDavid up top to Draisaitl. Ekholm. Slap shot. Doesn't take it anyway. Dumps it down low behind the net. Up top, Nurse for McDavid. Connor McDavid gets around Killorn. He'll backhand it to Draisaitl. Draisaitl to McDavid. McDavid comes in. Waits. Blocked off by Hellison. Connor McDavid back up top then for Bouchard. Bouchard to Ekholm. Draisaitl. Up top, McDavid to Bouchard. A shot. And that one goes wide. Puck is cleared all the way back into the Edmonton zone. Ekholm in the Edmonton end. Back over then for Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl through center off the boards then for Connor McDavid. McDavid for Ekholm. Ekholm dumps it around behind the net then to Bouchard. Here's Bouchard. Up top to Ekholm. Ekholm back down low, broken up then by Anaheim. They will dump it down into the Edmonton zone. That is an icing, 11:49. Thank you all for tuning in. We got 102 people here in the commentary. Good to see all you here and tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. Not exactly sure of our live commentary availability beyond today. We'll be live on Sunday if there's any Game 7s on Sunday. Face off in the Anaheim zone, one by the Ducks. Nugent Hopkins battling forward on the right side. Wash, he's trying to clear. Kapanen battling for it down low. Podkolzin down low in the corner, fighting alongside Lacombe. Jackson Lacombe fighting with Washi. Cleared off the boards up top then for Wallman. Wallman. Behind the net then to Podkolzin. Podkolzin will dump it all the way back down into the Edmonton zone. Ingram will come out of his net to play that puck. Oilers will regroup now on their own end. Wallman. Cleared ahead then and down into the Anaheim zone. Carlson will bank it off the boards for the Anaheim defense. Terry. Back up ahead to Leo Carlson, who will dump it down low into the Edmonton zone. Ingram backhands it around behind the net then, taking it back with speed is Dickinson, who will get it to center. Now Connor Murphy in the Edmonton end. Back over then for Darnell Nurse. Nurse will bank it off the boards and back into the Anaheim zone. What's up, Travis? How we doing? Good evening, bro. Here's Roslovic, 2-on-2. Roslovic shoots it. That one's blocked by Carlson. And picked back up then by Terry. Terry to Leo Carlson, broken up to the line. Anaheim will carry it back and regroup. Washi. Back to Seneca. Seneca to Granlund. Cross-ice pass broken up by Nurse. Approaching the halfway mark of this period. Here's Granlund, a shot. Saved by Ingram. And he'll cover up. And I believe with that, we will step aside. Only 2 shots apiece here in this opening period. We are scoreless through this opening period. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Like the stream down below. We have 10:17 to go in this opening period. The Minnesota Wild have defeated the Dallas Stars in 6 games. They advanced to round 2. That is the later game coming up here on the commentary schedule. Whew. What's up, Vic Valde? Greetings from Chile. Push for the Oilers. Nice. We'll see if they can get it done tonight. Force a Game 7 on Saturday. We will not be live tomorrow. Sadly, we will not be live tomorrow. Got another Royals hockey game tomorrow, so we will not be live tomorrow. Hey, Travis, with the $2 donation. Thank you, Travis. I appreciate it, brother. That means a lot, man. Thank you. You guys have been very kind to me on these commentaries. It means a lot. This is our final live stream of April, in fact. Which is pretty nuts to say, if I'm being honest. Hey, there's Timu Solani. Hall of Fame class of 2017. Mike Trout is in the building as well. 3-time American League MVP in baseball for the LA Angels. Got some pretty good people in the crowd tonight in Anaheim. What's up, Spencer? How we doing? Face-off coming up in the Edmonton zone. It's a tie-up on the right side. One back by Anaheim. Seneca battling forward down low in the corner. Sorry, that's Ryan Paling, actually, not Beckett Seneca. Gauthier up top to Carlson, a shot. Rebounds there. It's in the crease. How did that? It's in! They score! Ryan Paling opens up the scoring, and it's 1-0 Ducks. That puck was right there in the crease. I thought maybe Connor Ingram had it, but nope. Ryan Paling with the goal, and Mike Trout is going nuts. 1-0 lead for Anaheim here early in this period. That puck just trickles into the back of the net. It's deja vu, PTSD for Oilers fans. And it just trickles into the back of the net on Connor Ingram. And Anaheim leads 1-0. Ryan Paling assisted by John Carlson and Cutter Gauthier. Here's Roslovic battling for it down low with Kreider. Up top, Carlson, right side, then Minchukov, a shot. That one goes wide of Ingram. Cleared all the way back into the Anaheim zone. That is the first time the entire series where Anaheim has scored the first goal. VL battling for it on the right side. Carlson forced back to center. Chip back down low then, dumping into the zone is Darnell Nurse. It is Ryan Poehling, his 4th goal of the series. Here's VL to Washi, hit off there by Draisaitl. And a whistle blown dead for an offsides anyway. Wow. And that puck, man, that puck just trickles into the back of the net. Connor Ingram, I think, maybe thought he had the initial save, or he just waited too long to play the puck. He just looked at it for a solid few seconds. Face-off won by Anaheim. They'll dump it down low into the Edmonton zone. Ekholm battling alongside Moore. Draisaitl off the boards, then to McDavid. Backhand pass, then to center. Ekholm cleared back down low into the Anaheim zone. Here's Jacob Trouba. Trouba will gain the blue line, and he'll try and dump it down low into the Edmonton zone. Ingram on the right side then with Ekholm. Ekholm off the boards then for Bouchard. Battling for it in the corner, then Alex Killorn alongside Seneca. Here's Connor McDavid. He'll pick it up and bring it through center. McDavid circles up top. Draisaitl through his legs, back and on, and that one goes wide. That would have been a highlight reel there for Draisaitl. Puck is cleared back to center. Draisaitl for McDavid. McDavid comes in, gets around the D, comes in front, wraparound chance there, and he can't make the play. Connor McDavid pass up top, then to Draisaitl. Deflects up top then for Emberson, who will clear it into the corner. Carlson battling for it down low alongside Savoy. Up top then, Jake Wallman. Wallman for Emberson. Down low, Draisaitl. Emberson in front. That one's blocked. And Anaheim will force it back to center. Seneca will chip it back down low into the Edmonton end. Wallman gets it back then for the Oilers. Jake Wallman will move it through center. Intercepted then by Anaheim. Terry through the neutral zone. Shoots it. Glove by Ingram. He'll cover it up. Man, this first period is moving by fast. 7:38 to go. In the first period, Ryan Poehling opens up the scoring. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Oilers are not slick enough to beat the Ducks. Yeah, bro, it sure seems like that. Oilers are going to bring out the shotgunners. Yep. It's Duck season. Huh. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. We'll see. Oilers got to wake up, though. That's for sure. They have got to wake up. When you're sleeping, your dreams are nonstop hockey. Yup. That represents me pretty well. Shots are 3-2 in favor of Anaheim. Not a lot of shots to open up this one up, as there wasn't a lot of shots in Minnesota-Dallas the first few moments. So seemingly living up to that expectation there for sure. Face-off coming up now in the Edmonton zone. It'll be Nugent-Hopkins versus Poehling. Face-off is a tie-up then. They'll blow the play dead. Due to a face-off violation, we'll try that again. McTavish against Nugent-Hopkins. The face-off is a tie-up. One by Gauthier, who fires it on Ingram. He makes the save at 7:35. Thank you, Bob. Face-off here now in the Edmonton zone. Shots 4-2 in favor of Anaheim. It's a tie-up in front of the Oilers' net. Hyman for Podkolzin, who will gain the line and dump it down low. Mintyukov grabs it back in the Anaheim zone. Mintyukov will dump it off the boards, then back for Gauthier. Cross-ice pass broken up then by the Oilers. Nugent Hopkins off the boards then for Hyman. Zach Hyman up top. Shot there from Murphy. Denied, rebounds there. And clear back up top. Murphy. Down low then for Zach Hyman. Hyman battling forward alongside Mintyukov. Zach Hyman down low now in the corner. Off the boards then for Nugent Hopkins. Up top. Nurse fires it. The stick breaks. He's kept it in though. Ducks will force it to center. Gauthier will fire it down into the Edmonton zone. Murphy. Back over then for Edmonton. Connor Murphy will play it back over then for Matthias Ekholm. Ekholm off the boards for Draisaitl. Draisaitl down low then for Kapanen. Kapanen up top then for Connor McDavid. McDavid up top. Bouchard shoots it, tipped in front. And it goes up in the air and wide. McDavid battling forward alongside Karlsson. Here's Leo Carlson, who gets it back now through center. Karlsson 2-on-1. Pass over to Kreider. A shot. He scores! Chris Kreider! Top corner! It's 2-0 Ducks. For some reason, they keep panning the Mike Trout. Chris Kreider. Beautiful shot. And a beautiful goal by Chris Kreider. Gets it top corner on Connor Ingram. And it is 2-0 Anaheim. Assist on that goal, Leo Carlsson and Troy Terry. Wow. Two goals on 5 shots for the Ducks. And it's 2-0 Anaheim. Here's Wallman. Dumps it down low. It's his 35th birthday as well. Happy birthday to Chris Kreider. How about that? Seneca. Ahead then for Granlund. Broken up at the line. Mikael Granlund now into the zone for Seneca. Pass in front. Killorn backhand. That one goes wide. At the point, Granlund fires it on. Granlund pass back to Seneca. Back at Seneca. Top of the circle. Backhands it down low then for Mikael Granlund. Right side then Killorn. Alex Killorn behind the Anaheim net. Up top, back at Seneca. Down low then, Granlund shoots it. And that one goes wide there of Ingram. 5:25 to go in the opening period. Hellison will hold it back now in the Anaheim zone. Drew Hellison will look for options. Here come the Ducks through center. They will dump it down low into the Edmonton zone. Darnell Nurse. Back to Murphy. Szymanski now plays it through center. Racing forward then was Lazar. He slashed into the corner. Colton Dach will get it back then for Edmonton. Up top to Nurse. Nurse to Dach. Down low, blowing out that puck. Nurse, Szymanski in front. They score! Connor Murphy, I think, gets credited with it. But the Oilers have answered back. It's 2-1. Connor Murphy bounces right back for Edmonton. And the Oilers break the shutout in the first period. It's 2-1. Nice little play there by Josh Szymanski. He'll get credited with the assist as well as Colton Dach. And Connor Murphy puts Edmonton on the board here in Game 6. It's a 2-1 hockey game. And a loud refuse suck chant there as I'm pretty sure that was Ian Moore who was knocked down to the corner and there was no call on the play. Here's Darnell Nurse. Back down low then for Murphy off the boards. Oilers will play it through center. Dump back down low here into the Anaheim zone. I think that goal was really key there for Edmonton. They stopped the bleeding. Whistle blown dead. Penalty coming up against the Oilers. Anaheim power play. It'll be on Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who does not like that whatsoever. And a power play coming up here for the Ducks. Chris Kreider made it 2-0. Connor Murphy answered right back. And it is a 2-1 lead for Anaheim. And they'll get a power play as well. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people to the commentary. We are 65 subs away from 6,500. I appreciate your guys' support. We have 145 people in here. 4:23 to go in this opening period. It'll be a power play for Anaheim. And again, the goaltending in this series has been just like non-existent. It really has. Oh, my Lord. Kreider likes to score on the power play. Yep. He already has one tonight. His 35th birthday. Happy birthday to Chris Kreider. And it was a pretty nice goal, too. It was a beautiful sequence. So already 3 goals in this opening period. Connor Murphy's assists. Josh Szymanski and Colton Dach. That's Szymanski's first career playoff point, if I'm correct. I don't believe he had a goal in the earlier playoff games. We commentated his first NHL goal. It was an own goal against Tampa Bay, a deflected off of Vasilevsky's stick and into the back of the net. That was back in March. Power play coming up here now for the Ducks. Face-off one back then by Anaheim. Gauthier up top, then Lacombe. Jackson Lacombe to Gauthier. Has shot his glove by Ingram. And good on Connor Ingram to respond right back. The penalty was on Nugent-Hopkins for interference on Pavel Mintyukov. Sends Anaheim to the power play. Ducks power play has been pretty effective here. Here's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Back to McDavid. McDavid, short-handed, comes into the zone. Poke checked away by Lacombe. Battling for now down low in the corner. Jackson Lacombe will get it back. Lacombe will get in the line and get it into the Edmonton zone. Seneca waits. Loops back around. That gets Seneca battling for it down low in the corner. Up top then for Lacombe. Seneca to Killorn. McTavish to Gauthier. Shot that one's blocked there by Nurse. At the point then with it is Gauthier, who will dump it down low behind the Seneca. Oh, thanks for reminding me, Travis. Killorn to McTavish. Back to Gauthier. Pass down low. Goes wide. Jackson Lacombe gets it back. Halfway through the Anaheim power play. Seneca for McTavish. McTavish to Seneca. Up top, Lacombe. Back over then to McTavish. McTavish to Lacombe. Hello, Gauthier. Save by rebound. They score. I thought they had it. How did Ingram not have that? How did Connor Ingram not have that puck? How? Cutter Gauthier. Power play goal at 3-1. I thought he had that. I could have sworn he had that. How did that go in? I thought, did it go off of him and in? Oh my Lord, it deflected off of, I think, Nurse's stick. Oh, it went off of Nurse's stick. Oh, my goodness. I don't know, guys. Cutter Gauthier. His second point of the game, his fourth goal of the series on the power play. With 3:07 to go, it's 3-1 Ducks. Down low in the corner then, Draisaitl battling forward then with Moore. Ian Moore on the right side then with Ekholm up top. Here's Karlsson, shoots it. That one's blocked down low to the corner. Podkolzin ahead then for Draisaitl. That one wasn't Ingram's fault. That goal was not Ingram's fault. It deflected off of Darnell Nurse. And then I could have sworn from my angle it looked like Ingram was going to have that save, but it deflected in front. Ekholm will dump it down low to the Anaheim zone. 2.5 minutes to go here in this opening period. 4 goals. 3 of them for the Ducks. Jake Wallman will chip it down low into Lucas Dostal. Trouba, right side then to center. Jake Wallman will drop it back then down low. Emberson, through to center then Dickinson. Here's Roslovic, comes in the breakaway, comes in, denied, it went off the post. Oh my lord. Here's Terry, who moves it now through center. Troy Terry carries it into the zone, 1-on-2, shoots it, and that one goes into the glove of Ingram. What about the other 2 goals? Yeah, fair. Trying to think. The Kreider one was a defensive mishap. He should have had the first one. He should have had the first one. The defense is also pretty terrible as well. It's not just Ingram who has been bad in this series. The defense has been bad too. But yeah, the other 2 goals, you can factor those in. Ducks winning 6-4. That's a good pick. Face off in the Edmonton zone. Shot on Ingram. He'll make the save. At 1:46. Who are you rooting for? I wouldn't mind seeing the Ducks move on. Neither of my 2 favorite teams are playing in this one. I don't really mind whoever wins, but I would not mind seeing Anaheim move on. What's up, Douglas? How we doing? Subscribe down below if you're new. Face-off coming up here now in the Edmonton zone. It's Granlund versus Draisaitl. The face-off is won by Anaheim. Seneca battling forward on the right side, then with Draisaitl. Down low in the corner, Darnell Nurse fighting with Killorn. Here's Murphy. Ahead then for Nugent-Hopkins. Nugent-Hopkins then for Murphy, will backhand it down low. Mintyukov. Off the boards then, Karlsson for Killorn, who will backhand it to center. Connor Murphy back now in the Edmonton end. Nugent-Hopkins clears it back down low into the Anaheim zone. Here's Jackson Lacombe down low. Gauthier for Jeffrey Viel. Viel will try and get around Podkolzin. Podkolzin will carry it through center past the Draisaitl, head then for Hyman. Oilers carry it in. Podkolzin up top, last minute of play in this opening period. Puck goes down to the right side. Gauthier will dump it down low into the Edmonton zone. Ingram out of his net. He gets knocked off the puck without a stick. Puck in front there, broken up by Edmonton. Here's Podkolzin, whistle blown dead with 41 seconds to go as something's being called here. Penalty coming up. It's against Edmonton. Oh, brother, this has been a disastrous period for the Oilers. Anaheim power play coming up again. Zach Hyman will head to the penalty box. It'll be an Anaheim power play coming up here in just a moment. Ugh. Face off in the Edmonton zone. Here's Killorn. Up top then for Jackson Lacombe. Down low now McTavish. Battling for it now down low. 30 seconds to go in regulation. Anaheim on the power play. Lacombe to Gauthier. Denied by Ingram. Here's Connor Murphy on the right side. Darnell Nurse will carry it through center. He'll dump it down low into the Anaheim zone. 15 seconds to go in this opening period. Here's Jackson Lacombe. Lacombe will move it now through center. Less than 10 to go. Gauthier up top to Lacombe. Pass back. McTavish to Gauthier. Up top then Jackson Lacombe. In front. Denied. It's blocked. And the period comes to a close. End of 20 minutes of play here in Anaheim. A disastrous first period for the Edmonton Oilers. Shots were 11-7 in favor of the Ducks. They have a 3-1 lead heading into the first intermission. And with that said, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for period number 2 momentarily. This is the countdown till the second. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. My phone is frozen. We're currently at 43 likes here on the commentary. Be sure to like the stream down below. It'd be greatly appreciated. My phone is lagging to hell right now. Anyway, I got to make a clip, so I'll put the stream on my computer. All right, how we feeling, everyone? How are we feeling? I mean, you can say how you're feeling, actually, but how are we feeling about the Oilers right now? That was a really bad opening period. I'm gonna expect they're gonna start coming back, but that was a really bad period. How are we feeling about Edmonton? Are they coming back, or is this over? How about those Flyers? Yeah, man. 1 in 6 games. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Maybe injuries problem. Oilers suck. Sharky, it's the first intermission. If the Ducks stop playing, they'll win. Yeah, I don't know. That's 3 goals on 11 shots for Connor Ingram. I wonder if we see a goaltending change, even though they haven't been, even though not all of them have been their fault. Ducks going to the next round for sure. Oilers are done. One more by Anaheim and it's donezo. The goalies in general have been pretty bad in this series. I'm not going to lie to you. The goalies in general have not been that great. On both sides, too. Like, the goalies on both sides have been pretty bad. Thought the Oilers were going to put up a fight, but this game is just stressing me out. It's only the first period. I've seen Edmonton come back from deficits like this before. It's not over. It's not over. In my opinion, it's not over. But we will see. This will have to be a big offseason for Edmonton if they can't figure this out. Connor McDavid signed 2 more years there after this year. You got to figure out a way to win. Brackett is already screwed with Minnesota. Maybe the Edmonton coach can play the replay, the Vegas overtime goal on repeat in the locker room. Ain't over until it's over. The 4th game's the hardest one to win. You don't think Utah can beat Vegas? I agree. I agree, but I hope they do. I agree, but I hope they do. Still one, 2 more periods. 2 more periods. 2 more. 2 more periods. You're at that point where you just have to take a game, or you have to take a period by period, goal by goal. Edmonton has the offensive power to come back. Yep. Carter Fart is back after his law problems. Yep. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot to do it earlier. We can actually retire the Stars jersey. All right. There we go. There we go. Could we see McDavid and Crosby out? I don't know, bro. These playoffs are really wide open right now. These playoffs feel so wide open right now. A lot of teams that haven't won in a while have advanced or haven't won in general. Here's Leo Carlson who gets it back now through center. Pass over to Kreider's shot. He scores! Chris Kreider! Top corner! It's 2-0 Ducks. Yeah, because you look in the Eastern Conference. Thank you, Bogo. Yeah, it's a Mighty Ducks jersey. Yeah, so if you look at the Eastern Conference, of the teams that are still in it, Philadelphia hasn't won since 1975. The Hurricanes haven't won since 2006. On the other series, Buffalo's never won a cup. If they can get it done against Boston. Montreal hasn't won since 1993 if they get it done against Tampa. On the Western end of things, the Avalanche, they're probably the most recent winner in 2022 unless Vegas beats Utah. Like, there's a lot of teams that haven't won a cup in a while that we could see win. It really feels like a wide open playoffs. Call me crazy, but I think the Ducks could take on Vegas and Utah. Oh, yeah, I think so, too. I think Utah for sure. Vegas will be a little bit tough. Vegas will be a little bit tough, though. I think they could beat Utah. Vegas might be tough. But it may not even get to that point. If Utah comes back and beats Vegas. Or if these guys suddenly come back. Montreal wouldn't be the best. That'd be fun to see. It would be fun to see. And that's a really young group of guys led by some veterans who have been there for a long time. Like Brendan Gallagher, Suzuki, Caulfield. They've been there for a little bit. Gallagher more than the rest of them, of course, but still. Goldberg's better than Ingram. Montreal will win. All right. Time to update the all-time stat sheet. Minnesota advances to round 2. Anybody surprised by that? Minnesota advances to round 2. They beat the Dallas Stars in a upset. Are you guys surprised about that? What do you guys think about that? What's up, Tim? How we doing? How did yesterday go for me? The Royals lost. Anderson, Evans, and Gallagher are the only older players on the team. I meant like guys who have been there for a while. But yeah, Suzuki, but yeah, those are the 3 guys, obviously. But Suzuki and Caulfield, meaning guys who were there in the 2021 final. It's been a long time. Montreal's due. We'll see what happens. Oh, my goodness. It was a toss-up series, yep. Minnesota over Dallas is not an upset in my book. Okay. Fair enough. Technically, it is with the way the seeding is. They call that an upset, but I agree with you. I don't think it is. Technically, it is an upset with the way that they word everything and all that, but 75% of your bracket. I'm like 60%. 60%, I think. Shots 23. Oh, we know. Shots are 11-7. Jake Ottinger, 842 in that game. Yikes. All right, second period coming up in about 8 minutes or so. Stick around, everybody. Wild has the talent to go all the way, but it won't be easy. Power play is important. Yup. How did last night go? The Royals lost. The Royals lost, unfortunately. So their season could be done tomorrow. We will not be live tomorrow. I have another Royals event tomorrow, so we will not be live tomorrow, unfortunately. After that, though, hopefully we'll be live pretty much every single day. Minnesota has to defeat Goliath. Yup. You are correct. Tampa Bay plays Carolina style, but Carolina is stronger. But Montreal and Buffalo matchup better against Carolina. They'll give Carolina a difficult time. Yeah, for sure. I think Philadelphia will too, but Carolina's just a better team. Philadelphia is not going to beat Carolina. Oh, yeah. I know. But I think they'll give them a tough time. Those are two teams that are defensive powerhouses. They've been phenomenal defensively. But we'll see. We shall see. Go Carolina. All right, now I got to do the multi-point games. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Team who wearing that orange blazer like Don Johnston cracks me up. Yeah. Hopefully the refs don't get too involved. Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. New team Utah has had a good season. Yep. All right, just getting everything set up here. I'm ready to go. Spilling water all over myself. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. We are now at 55 likes here on this live commentary. I appreciate you guys tuning in here to the live stream. Second period getting started here in a matter of seconds. So stay tuned. Second period getting started in a matter of seconds. What's up, Anaheim? Rob, how we doing? Got into the action a little bit late tonight. Yeah, still lots of game left, Rob. Good to see you here, though. Trade McDavid to the Red Wings, to the Wings, so we can get a Wings versus Avs, McDavid versus McKinnon Stanley Cup. Not sure trading him to the Wings is the best idea. Hey, Rob! Thank you for the $3 donation, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the $3 dono, Rob. It means a lot. All righty, everybody, let's get ready for the start of the second period between the Edmonton Oilers and the Anaheim Ducks. First period recap, goals were scored by, and there was a long list. Ryan Poehling, Chris Kreider, Connor Murphy, and Cutter Gauthier making a 3-1 lead for Anaheim after 20 minutes of play. Taking a look here, your stats through 20. Shots are 11-7 in favor of Anaheim. Faceoffs, 71% in favor of the Ducks. Power plays, Anaheim 1 for 1, Oilers 0 for 0. No power plays yet for Edmonton. Hits are 12-11 in favor of Anaheim, and block shots are 5-3 in favor of Anaheim as well. Underway here in the second period, Anaheim has a minute of power play time. John Carlson drops it back then to Leo Carlson, who moves it through center, broken up then by Kapanen. Kasperi Kapanen moves it through center. He will get into the Anaheim zone shorthanded. Edmonton playing with their season on the line. They are 40 minutes away from an early exit. Carlson ahead then for Troy Terry now through center. Terry out towards the Carlson, a shot, and that one goes wide of Ingram. On the right side, Mikael Granlund. Granlund up top then for Lacombe. Lacombe back over then for Granlund. Granlund to Lacombe. Granlund waits. Down low then Carlson. Carlson in front, jabbing at that puck. Stolen back to Edmonton. They will dump it down the other way. Hey, Travis. Thank you for the $3 donut, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, Travis. Thank you so much, brother. Here's Jackson Lacombe. Off the boards then, dumped down low into the Edmonton zone. Power play is over. Washi for VL. VL will bank it off the boards and back to center. Here's Evan Bouchard now, dumping it down low into the Anaheim zone. Getting it back then is Lacombe. Trouba to center. Ekholm back then for Draisaitl, backhanded down low into the Anaheim zone. Jackson Lacombe through center. Chipped off of Ian Moore's stick. Now VL on the right side takes behind the net. Jeffrey VL up top then for Trouba. Trouba to VL. VL to Granlund. Comes in zone. Shoots it. That one goes wide. Here's Seneca. Up top Trouba. Back to Lacombe. A shot. And that one's in front of the Edmonton net. It's cleared away. Here's Granlund. On the right side, Mikael Granlund. Down low then for Seneca. That gets Seneca. Circles it back around up top. Then Lacombe. Waits. Shoots it into the glove of Ingram. Shots 13-7 now. Anaheim continuing to put on the pressure. Yup, Connor Ingram save. Face-off coming up here now again in the Edmonton zone. The Ducks are putting on the pressure. They want that second-round appearance. They want to upset this powerful Edmonton team. Down low now in the corner. Kreider battling for now with Murphy. Nurse. Right side then for Troy Terry battling for it. Down low now Leo Carlson. Up top then for Mintyukov. Cross-ice pass shot by Carlson is blocked. And it goes up in the air. And out of play. Hey, Duck Finn, $5 dono. Thank you, brother. Tusks up. Yes, sir, bro. I'm hoping they win tomorrow. Please, I need a game 7. Thank you, Duck Finn. I appreciate it, man. It means a lot. Thank you, brother. Tusks up. I want that game 7. Face-off coming up here now. It's going to be in the Edmonton zone. It's Dickinson versus Ryan Poehling. They'll kick Poehling out. Coming in then is McTavish. Face-off is one back then by Anaheim. Up top, Hellison, right side. Shot on there is blocked. Savoy plays it back to center. Racing forward with speed then is Dickinson. Dickinson battling forward down low in the corner now. Tyson Hines trying to backhand that one off the boards. Gauthier fighting now on the right side. Tyson Hines down low now behind the net. Cleared back to center. McTavish will dump it down low into the Edmonton zone. Wallman plays it back for Savoy, who will fire it around then behind the net. Moore to center. Poehling 2-on-2 with McTavish. Ryan Poehling shoots it, and that one goes wide. Down low in the corner then with it then is Poehling. Back up top for Trouba. Jacob Trouba will dump it around behind the net then for Savoy on the right side. And regrouping now is the Oilers. Wallman up top then for Roslovic, who will backhand it down low into the Anaheim end. Jackson Lacombe battling forward alongside Trouba. Lacombe ahead then for Moore. Ian Moore will backhand it down low into the Edmonton zone. 16-10 to go in the second. Bouchard fighting with Washi. Ekholm off the boards then and cleared all the way back into the Anaheim zone. This should be an icing. And that it will be. Ducks finish this in 6. Seems like they're right there. Face-off coming up here now. It's going to be in the Edmonton zone. Nugent Hopkins will take the draw. Against Granlund. The face-off in the Edmonton zone is a tie-up. Then it's one back by Anaheim. Here's Mintyukov. Shot on there goes wide. Ekholm battling forward down low in the corner. Matthias Ekholm now fights Mikael Granlund. Here's Killorn. Battling for now on the right side. Down low behind the net, then Granlund. Up top, Minchukov. Cross ice pass, then Carlson. Down low, corner in front. They jab at that puck. Cleared back down low. Here's Granlund. Behind the net then for Seneca. Back in Seneca. Cross ice pass. Puck is in the air. Oilers take it back. Here's Hyman on the breakaway. Hyman comes in. Denied by Dostal. What a stop. Lucas Dostal says no. And that's the first shot of the period for Edmonton. Faceoff will come up here now again in the Anaheim zone. 15:22 to go. Faceoff one back by the Ducks. Down low in the corner, Jackson Lacombe will clear it to center. Ian Moore backhands it down low into the Edmonton zone once more. Ingram. Back to Bouchard. Here's Moore into the zone. Fires it. Save there. Rebounds in front. And clear back down low. Ian Moore now battling for it alongside Kapanen. Here's Nurse. Fighting VL. Kept in the zone then by Anaheim. Terry. Gets around Nurse. Shot on there goes wide of Ingram. Terry. Up top to Lacombe. Lacombe to Terry. Terry's shot on there is blocked by Edmonton. Bouchard. Battling for it alongside Carlson. Darnell Nurse will get it to center. Then McDavid drops it back for Kapanen. Kapanen will give it up then for Darnell Nurse on the right side of him. Bouchard trying to play it through center. Here's a breakaway the other way. Terry into the zone. Shoots it. And that one's off of Ingram. Here's Nurse. Getting it back then for the Oilers. Leon Draisaitl through center. Draisaitl. Pass back. Podkolzin in a shot. That one goes wide. Anaheim is doing a phenomenal job at keeping the pressure on the Oilers. They are not taking their foot off the gas. Icing here against the Ducks as soon as I say that. But a really well-played hockey game here by the Anaheim Ducks so far. They're not giving Edmonton any room whatsoever. They're clogging up the offensive lanes. Face off again now here in the Anaheim zone. It's one back by Edmonton. Here's Murphy. Shot on his block. Rebounds there. Clear back down into the corner. Carlson banks it back up top then for Jake Wallman. A shot tipped in front. And now rebound there for Hyman goes wide. Nugent Hopkins battling for it in the corner then. John Carlson will dump it back into the Edmonton zone, and that will be an icing as well. Some boos from the Anaheim crowd. That doesn't look like they agree. We will not be live tomorrow, sadly. I know there's 3 game 6s tomorrow. We will not be live tomorrow, unfortunately. Hopefully it's our last time we will not be live here in the playoffs for a while. Face off here in the Anaheim zone. One back by Edmonton. Wallman is forced out of the zone. It's offsides. And we will step aside. 13:41 to go in the second period. It's 3-1 Anaheim. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. We are 60 subscribers away from 6,500. I'm going to use the bathroom really quick. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. Use the bathroom super quickly. Still in commercial break. If they can keep this energy, Neatyer is going to be insane for the Ducks. Yep. I agree. They're playing really well right now. They're moving the puck really well. They're being effective on the power play. I think they get one more, it might be over. Face-off coming here now is outside of the Anaheim zone. Tie up on the right side, then Dickinson will dump it down low into the Anaheim zone. Carlson, right side, back to center. Roslovic, back over then for Connor Murphy. Murphy off the boards then into the Anaheim zone. Carlson, back to Granlund, who will dump it down low into the Edmonton zone. Ingram will steal it back. He'll try and dump it to center. Jason Dickinson gets it back then for Edmonton. He'll carry it into the Anaheim zone, loops it back up top. Murphy, a shot, and that one goes up and wide. Down low in the corner, Darnell Nurse for Jason Dickinson. Battling forward alongside Carlson. Puck is cleared back to center. Gauthier with a loose puck. Gauthier shoots it, saved by Ingram, rebounds there, and chipped away by the Edmonton defense. McTavish, down low now behind the net. Mason McTavish will look for options, drops it back down low. Edmonton will reclaim the puck. Murphy, played ahead then to center. Tyson Hines will come back into the Anaheim zone to regroup. Right side now, Drew Hellison, cross-ice pass for Beckett Seneca. Seneca shoots it into the chest of Ingram. 18th shot of the game for Anaheim. Edmonton only has 9. Yikes. Not what the doctor ordered for Edmonton, or not what Edmonton wanted. I agree, Andrea. It's looking like a pathetic performance so far. Still can't count them out of the league. Oh, yeah, I'm not counting them out, but boy, they're playing bad right now. Face-off won by Anaheim. Seneca tried to fire one on. That one's blocked and cleared back to center. John Carlson will get it back here in the Anaheim zone. He'll bank it off the boards to center. Granlund battling forward alongside Wallman. Puck is tied up down low in the corner now. Killorn gets it back for the Ducks. Killorn in front. Denied by Ingram. He'll cover. Same like the first period. 10 minutes drought, then 10 minutes boom. maybe, bro. Anaheim is still giving it to him. They're rolling right now. You're right about that, Larry. Let's go Oilers. We'll see, Chuck. Face-off coming up here now in the Edmonton zone. 12:04 to go in this opening period. Carlson versus Dickinson. And the puck goes out of play at 12 minutes. I've just memorized all their numbers, Austin. Doing this as long as I have, we've done over 200 we've done nearly 250 live streams. I've just memorized all the players' numbers at this point. That's the honest answer. Like there's really nothing else too much to it. I wish I could just say there's more to it, but I just memorized all their numbers and stuff. Here's Dostal behind his net, then back over then for Granlund. Intercepted in front, stolen back then by Anaheim. Here's Carlson. Carlson to Kreider. Kreider shoots it. Denied there by Ingram and goes wide. Puck all the way back into the Anaheim end. Tyson Hines gets it back then for the Ducks. Hines off the boards to center. Back into the Edmonton zone and icing. Going to be a lot of that. Shots 19-10. Yeah, I wish there was more to it. I used to use lineup sheets. I used to print a bunch of them out, but now that I memorized all of them, I don't need them anymore. Brain fart. Had a lot of those in these playoffs. Here's Terry. Moving now through center. Cleared all the way back down into the Edmonton zone. Washi now fighting with Bouchard. As a Panthers fan, I've seen this movie before. Here's Lacombe. At the point up top then. Trouba shoots it. Saved by Ingram. Here's Lacombe. Up top then Trouba. Cleared back down low then for Evan Bouchard. Bouchard trying to clear it to center. Ekholm. Into the zone. We'll dump it down into the Anaheim zone. Thank you, Duck fan. I appreciate it, brother. Here's Draisaitl. Behind the net then, trying to throw that pass in front. Here's Lacombe. Back over to Moore. Moore will dump it down low here into the Edmonton zone, approaching the halfway mark of the game in the period. Draisaitl loops it back around. Pass back to Connor McDavid. Poke check to head in front. And a chance there for Wallman goes wide. Down low now in the corner, Jackson Lacombe. Back over then to McTavish. Wallman, right side, cross-ice pass. Grab back then down low by Jacob Trouba. They will get it to center. Paling battling forward alongside Gauthier. Here's Lacombe. Battling forward, turnover in front. Savoia shot saved by Dostal. Paling. Back to Gauthier. Gauthier, cross-ice pass is deflected back into the Edmonton zone for an icing at 9:57. And McTavish does not like that. What's the greatest player in the world? Where's the greatest player on the planet? Nobody's doing best. Choking? Seems like it. I mean, I don't know if they're choking if they never led in the series, or you're down 3-1. I don't know if that's choking necessarily. I get what you mean, though. No, I get what you mean. Just want to see a Game 7, but others say no. Yeah, it seems like, I'm not counting them out. It's not over yet, but it seems like the Ducks have their number here. Here's Jackson Lacombe. Cleared around them behind the net, trying to get it to center. Hyman will regroup in the Anaheim zone. Zach Hyman behind the net, battling forward with Trouba. Hyman up top to Bouchard. Bouchard to Hyman. Down low now in the corner, it's Podkolzin. Zach Hyman then down low to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins battling forward on the right side. Nuge to Bouchard. Bouchard shoots it. That one's blocked. Paling will get it back to center. Bouchard for Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins to Bouchard. Bouchard battling forward alongside Lacombe. Poke check to center. And McTavish will poke check it back into the Edmonton zone. Shots are 20-11. Here's Bouchard. Back over then for Draisaitl, who will dump it down low into the Anaheim zone. Battling forward on the right side, then Draisaitl alongside Granlund. McDavid trying to carry it into the zone. Broken up. Draisaitl comes in. Waits. Pass up top, then broken up. John Carlson will dump it back to center. Edmonton will regroup in their own zone. Murphy back to center. Down low now into the Anaheim zone. Right side is Pavel Mintyukov. Ahead then for John Carlson. Carlson in the Anaheim end. Mintyukov. And the puck is cleared back into the Edmonton zone. 4-8 icing. Sorry, I forgot to turn on my clock again, of course. 8:17 to go in the second period. It's a 2-goal lead for Anaheim. No goals scored so far in this second period. Face-off is a tie-up on the right side then. One back by Anaheim. Ekholm trying to chip that one down low. Carlson will flip it to center. Bouchard in the Edmonton zone will backhand it off the boards. Ekholm fighting down low in the corner. Podkolzin on the right side. Up top, shot on. Saved by Ingram. And he will cover up. 7:54 left to go in the second period. We are still a 2-goal lead for Anaheim here in the middle frame. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentary. We will not be live tomorrow, sadly. We will not be live tomorrow for any of the Game 6s. I have my other job to attend to with the Reading Royals. If there's any games on Saturday, we'll be live for them. But if this game ends, I don't think there will be any. I don't think there will be any streams on Saturday, if at all. I saw something about maybe Philly, Carolina starting that day, but how can they announce that less than 24 hours away? Pretty much. Unless if they announce it tomorrow morning, that'd be really weird though. But it wouldn't surprise me because they love to not announce things until, the day before. Who does Anaheim keep and who do you trade this offseason? I think either Minchikov or Zellweger gets shipped out. I'm not worried about that right now. But that is an interesting decision. Flyers, no chance against Carolina. I think they have a chance, but it's a small chance. Back here in Anaheim, 7:54 to go in the second period. It's a 2-1 lead for, or a 2-1 lead, a 3-1 lead for the Anaheim Ducks. Brain fart. Brain fart as always. Oilers' season is on the line here. Backs against the wall, down by 2 goals. Trying to find an answer here in this game 6. Face-off won by Anaheim. Shunoff goes wide. Tyson Hines battling forward in the corner. Wallman there as well. Down low now behind the net. Then Edmonton will play it off the boards to center. Hellison fighting with Lazar. And the whistle blown dead at 7:36 due to an offsides. Who is my favorite team? I'm primarily a Flyers fan. Primarily a Flyers guy, but I was also a former Coyotes fan, so I just kind of hopped on to the Mammoth bandwagon when they relocated. I don't live in Arizona, but I used to like the Coyotes as a second team. So now I like the Mammoth. Pretty cool to see both of them in the playoffs this year. Face-off outside of the Anaheim zone. Shots on goal in this period are 10-4 in favor of the Ducks. Face-off won by Edmonton. They will dump it, or try to dump it down low. On the right side with that puck, John Carlson to center then for Ian Moore. Ian Moore fighting alongside Draisaitl. Pass back to center is broken up. Here's Minchikov who dumps it down low. Puck goes up in the air. Stays in play. Podkolzin down low in the corner then back on the right side. Wallman to Draisaitl. Wallman battling forward here on the right side. Ty Emberson battling forward then with Washi. Draisaitl trying to throw that one up top. Shot there by VL off the post and out. Minchikov a chance. And that was an out as well. And out of play. Post away from 4-1. And for those who are wondering, I became a Flyers fan because of living in the Philadelphia area. I've lived in PA my entire life. And Arizona, I was young and I really liked Clayton Keller. And that made me fall in love with Arizona. And then when they moved to Utah, I just kind of followed them, honestly. Face-off in the Edmonton zone is won by the Oilers. Darnell Nurse will bank it off the boards to center. Here's Jacob Trouba. In the Duck zone off the boards then for Leo Carlson. Carlson through center. Over then for Terry. Cleared off the boards and back up top for Lacombe. In the corner now trying to get that one free is Terry. Terry trying to backhand it down low. Up top then Troy Terry on the right side. Terry to Carlson. Carlson up top then the Lacombe. Cross-ice pass. Trouba shoots it. And that one goes wide. Really, Duck Fin? I'm going to have to take you up on that offer. Here's Bouchard. Off the boards to center. Seneca comes in. Waits. Down low in the corner. Pass in front. Deflects just wide. Edmonton will force it back to center. Connor McDavid. Up top then for Darnell Nurse. Down low in the corner, getting it back is Lacombe. Jackson Lacombe will get it off the boards then to Seneca. Back at Seneca. Put a shot on Ingram there. That one goes wide. Connor Murphy battling for down low in the corner then. Nurse gets it back then for Edmonton. Hyman. Battling with Hines down low. Granlund battling for on the right side then with Killorn. Killorn to Granlund. Mikael Granlund now behind the Edmonton net. Murphy chips it off the boards. Here's Hyman. Zach Hyman moves it now through center. He'll gain the line and dump it down low into the Anaheim zone. Might have to take you up on that offer, Duck Finn. That sounds interesting. Here's Doc. On the right side. Shot on there tonight by Dostal. Paling. Back to Killorn, who backhands at the center. 5 minutes to go in the second period. Paling. Battling for it alongside with Doc. Here's Ekholm. Gets it to center. Hines through the legs and turns it over. It's dumped down low into the Anaheim zone. Carlson. Behind the net. Shots are 24-12. Up top. Shot from Emberson goes wide. Leon Draisaitl. Up top then for Emberson. Fires it on the one save. Rebounds there. Jabbing at that puck. And cleared away. Paling will dump it down the other way. Racing forward with speed is Gauthier. He can't get there in time. It's an icing. No goals in this second period so far. Anaheim with the 2-goal lead here on Edmonton in this second period. I'm a little bit shocked. I haven't seen the Oilers play this bad in a elimination game in a long time. Bouchard. Up top then Wallman. Cross-ice pass. Evan Bouchard back to Wallman. Wallman shoots it. Bouchard down low. Draisaitl a shot. That one goes wide. Puck is cleared back to center. Here's Bouchard. Ahead to center then for Connor McDavid. Up top then. Podkolzin to Draisaitl. Cross-ice pass. Down low. Shot for Podkolzin. Saved by Dostal. Lucas Dostal. Have yourself a night. 13 saves on 14 shots. We will step aside. It's 3-1 Anaheim still. Edmonton sucks on the road. Also true. The road struggles have certainly been a factor. I agree with that. Overtime tonight. I don't know, LP. We'll see. It's still a relatively close game. It's definitely tieable for Edmonton, but overtime could be interesting. We'll have to see. We will have to see. That's what I'm worried about, yep. Thank you all for tuning in. Like the stream down below. We're at 65 likes here on this live commentary. Thank you all so much for tuning into the stream tonight. It's greatly appreciated. Ducks are playing so great right now. Yeah, this is a really well-played hockey game Anaheim's playing right now. I'm impressed. I really am. I'm impressed. At this point, we might have to bet on Dostal. Face-off coming up here inside of the Anaheim zone. The Oilers are starting to wake up a little bit and put on the pressure. Ducks will clear it back to center. Viel battling for it alongside Bouchard. Washi will backhand it down low into the Edmonton zone. VL. Up top then Lacombe. Lacombe to VL. Pass to center then, broken up by Edmonton. They will get it to center, Savoy. Intercepted then by the Ducks. They will clear it back into the Edmonton end. Ingram. Out of his net to play it then ahead for Connor McDavid. McDavid through center. Drops it back then for Wallman. Wallman shoots it. And that one goes out of play. Yeah, I believe that, Duckfin. It's good that Utah got a team, though. As much as I was sad to see Arizona move on, I think that Utah is a better fit. At least right now. Face-off coming up here in the Anaheim zone. One back by Edmonton. Darnell Nurse fires one on, saved by Dostal. Jabbing at that puck in front. And it's cleared away. One was a deflection. The other was just a nice top corner goal. The first one he could have had, though. Quagmire. The first one he probably could have had. The other two, I don't blame on him that much. Pass in front there for Hyman, broken up. Under 3 minutes to go. Carlson banks it off the boards, tries to get it to center. It's kept in by Nurse, jabbing at that puck. Hyman fighting with Carlson. Trying to get that one free on the right side. Colton Dock is there as well. Mitchukov for Paling, who will bank it off the boards to center. Darnell Nurse will dump it down low into the Anaheim end. Mitchukov cleared ahead then to center. Ryan Paling racing for it. Pass back down low, and Terry couldn't get the shot on. Leo Carlson seals it back. Up top, Lacombe shot. Saved there by Ingram. Here's Ekholm. Through center with 2 minutes to go in the second. Ekholm off the boards for Podkolzin. Broken up by Anaheim. Lacombe to center. Emberson. Cross-ice pass to Draisaitl. Grab back then by Podkolzin. Cross-ice pass for Ekholm on the right side. Trying to get that one free. Podkolzin will backhand it down low to Trouba. Trouba will dump it out of play with 1:40 to go. Oh my goodness. Face off here now in the Anaheim zone is one of the Ducks. Roslovic, down low pass in front. Back in by McDavid. See everyone's there. They score! Zach Hyman finally breaks through. And the Oilers are on the board again in the second. It's 3-2. This game is not over yet. It is not over yet. Referees are huddling here to talk about this. This may come back. Might have been a goalie interference call or something. They're taking a look at this. See the replay. I don't know if Dostal may have not had his skate blade, actually. And they might take this back because of that reason. Here's the call. No goal. They're taking it back. No goal. Because Lucas Dostal lost his skate blade. Oh, no, it was kicked in. No, it was kicked in. Never mind. I didn't even realize. I thought Dostal didn't have his skate blade. No, he kicked it in. No goal. Wow. No goal. He kicked that one in. Still 3-1. Why did I think it was His skate blade. I'm just stupid. Guys, it's almost midnight. I'm tired. That's my excuse. I don't know why I thought it was his skate blade. Here's Connor McDavid grabbing it back in his own zone. Bouchard will move it through center, approaching the final minute of play here in the second. McDavid cross-ice pass. It's clipped to center. Wallman back to Lacombe. Now Roslovic on the right side then for Wallman. Here's Roslovic now through center. Carries it around behind the Anaheim net. Pass in front, broken up. Carlson will dump it off the boards. Last minute of play in period number 2. Carlson carries it in, 2-on-1. Carlson to Terry. He scores! It's a 4-1 hockey game. Troy Terry in the final minute of the second, and the Ducks lead by 3. After Edmonton kicked the puck into the Anaheim net, they waved it dead, no goal. Carlson comes down the other way on a 2-on-1 with Terry, and Troy Terry makes it 4-1 Anaheim here late in the second period. Down low now in the corner, Paling battling forward Draisaitl. Anaheim has scored 11 of their 25 goals in the second period. That is the most in the playoffs this year. Granlund cleared back to center. 20 seconds to go. Here's Kapanen through center. Drop back then for Draisaitl. Draisaitl down low then for Kasperi Kapanen. Cleared all the way back to center. Darnell Nurse will come back and regroup. Time will wind down. And Anaheim is 20 minutes away from a second round appearance. Troy Terry from Leo Carlson and Chris Kreider. That is multi-point games for Leo Carlson, for Cutter Gauthier, and for Troy Terry and Chris Kreider. Wow. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for period number 3 momentarily. This is the countdown till the 3rd. Holy crap. Did anybody think we'd be in this situation right now? 4-1 Anaheim heading into the 3rd period. I thought it'd be at least a little bit closer, but they are killing Edmonton right now. Wow. Shots were 15-10 in favor of Anaheim in that period. Certainly a well-played period for sure. Whew. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. This is the final stream of the month of April here on the channel. I'm blown away as to how bad the Oilers are playing. Like, I haven't seen the Oilers play this bad in a while. I have not seen them play this bad in a long time. Especially in a game like this. In a game like this, this is shocking. Awesome to finally see them start to shine. Yeah, bro, it's the Ducks' time. It's pretty refreshing to see, new teams having success the way we've seen it this year. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Anaheim, Utah, Buffalo. That's about it. Minnesota, I guess. They moved on to the round 2. It's good to see all these new teams getting success. Wasn't this supposed to be rigged for the Oilers? Doesn't look like it. Where's he at? Where's he at? Talk about a phenomenal ad, too. John Carlson's been a phenomenal ad for Anaheim since coming there. That was like a really, really good move. You never know, gamer life. You never know. The best part about sports is that you never know. I preach that all the time. You really never know for all sports. Especially in this sport, it can go any way. The Oilers could come back. The Ducks could put on 5 more. You never know. Best part about this sport. And especially with this year, too, all of the new teams that are showing success and all the new teams that have come into the playoffs and are moving on, you never know. It's phenomenal. These playoffs are some of the best I've seen in a long time. You never know. All right, got some time here before the start of the 3rd period. Thank you all for tuning in as always. Be sure to like the stream down below. Be greatly appreciated. We will not be live tomorrow, sadly. Tomorrow is our, hopefully our last day off for a little bit. So, as well as that too, we might be live on Sunday. If there's a Game 7, we'll be live on Sunday for it. But we'll see how the games go tomorrow. Oilers, if they get the ball rolling here, or they'll be golfing tomorrow. Yep. Chris Kreider, first goal in a commentary. Where am I from? Pennsylvania. It's a roller coaster being a Ducks fan, let me tell you. Oh, believe me, I was a Flyers fan for all my life. Got here late, so you was playing like the Canucks. Yeah, Brent. Only new team to win it all is the Minnesota Wild. Yeah, but in terms of teams like that are in it right now, most of them haven't won in a while. The only recent ones are Vegas and Colorado. If Tampa loses, that's like the Eastern Conference is full of teams who haven't won in forever. So I'm looking forward to that end of things. Habs are looking good, yep. I was dead wrong in that series. I thought Tampa would beat them. But I think they can get it done. Jakub Dobeš has been the difference maker. Goaltender fan more than a team fan. Currently follow Calvin Pickard. If he's not picked up next season, become a Utah fan as they are closest to me here in Idaho. Hey, nice. Have I ever met Gritty? I have. I have met Gritty. I have met Gritty. It's been a while, but I have met Gritty. I went to a game early April. I can't afford playoff tickets. I'm not that rich. You guys are generous to me with your donations, but I'm not that rich. Oilers season coming to an end. It seems like it, bro. It certainly seems like it. Ducks need one more to lock this in. Yup. Not over until it's over. Yep. Right about that. Stokes seeing Gallagher back. Yeah, he came back and he scored a goal too. That's a guy with grit. And that's a guy who's been there plenty of times. Playoff experienced guy. Ain't Richie the Breaker, what do you do? Well, thank you. I mean, again, I appreciate it. Thank you, Travis. Yeah, I mean, they're greatly appreciated. Again, a lot of those donations, they go back into the channel, whether it's paying for the TV subscriptions to stream the games or buying hockey cards as well. Buying hockey cards on the channel. I think, hang on. So I think for our month of May Unbox with Nordic, I kind of want to, it's a little bit damaged. I kind of want to open up another hobby box. We did it in the month of March, but we're getting a big paycheck from YouTube here next month. I kind of want to do a hobby box. Would you guys be down to see a hobby box on the channel during a stream? I think that'd be cool. Either that or maybe I'll do a 10. Maybe I'll do a 10. Yeah, the hobby boxes are about $200. But if I'm getting a big check from YouTube, why not? Why not put it towards that? Why not give you guys what you guys have been donating and show you guys some more content? Yeah, that'll be next month, though. That'll probably be next month, sometime next month. How did the Sixers win? The Sixers won! What? No shot they forced the Game 7 in Boston. What? Oh my God. No shot. The Knicks destroyed the Hawks. Holy crap. No way. Wow, that surprises me. Have a lot of Wayne Gretzky cards, Madonna the rookies. Nice. Yeah, I have a couple of those too. All right, got about 5 minutes to go here till the start of the third period. Stick around, everyone. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement. It brings more people into the wonderful commentary. I can't believe the Sixers won. Wow. I'm blown away. I'm actually shocked right now. I'm not a big basketball guy, but I'm just in shock that they won. All right, third period coming up in just a moment, guys. Lost about 30,000 in cards when we moved and he was 18. Jesus. That must have been rough. All right. What is my oldest card? I don't even know. I think I have a card from like 1930. Or not 1930. Definitely not. 1970. I think. Not over yet. Not over yet. Still another 20 minutes to play. Ducks have the real advantage though. I'm expecting a big period from the Oilers. I can't believe that they're going to lose in the first round. Or they might lose in the first round. All right, third period coming up soon. Do I buy and trade? I don't usually buy cards individually. I love the thrill of just buying a pack, honestly. Alrighty, everyone, let's get ready for the start of period number 3 between the Edmonton Oilers and the Anaheim Ducks. Second period recap, the only goal was scored by Troy Terry, making it a 4-1 lead for Anaheim here after 40 minutes of play. Taking a look at the stats through 40. Shots are 26-17 in favor of Anaheim. Face-offs 57% in favor of the Ducks. Power plays, Anaheim 1 for 2. No power plays yet for Edmonton in this game. Hits are 26-23 and block shots are 13-8. 20 minutes away from a second round appearance by the Anaheim Ducks. And 20 minutes away from an early season exit for Edmonton. Period number 3 is underway. McDavid on the right side, then stolen back by Carlson. Roslovic forces it back to center. Oilers will dump it down low deep into the Anaheim zone. Lacombe back off the boards to center. Terry battling for it on the right side. Troy Terry trying to get that one free down low in the corner. Trouba gets it back in the Anaheim zone. Cleared all the way back down to the Edmonton zone for an icing. I will say this, nice response from Lucas Dostal. He was pretty bad in Game 5. If Anaheim wins, do you think they're making it past round 2? It depends on who they're playing. If they play Utah, I think they can. If they don't, it'll be a little bit tough. It'll be tough if they play Vegas. But Vegas has struggled against the Mammoths, so you never know. Here's a 1-on-2. Terry brings it into the Edmonton zone. He'll dump it around behind the net, then back up top. Murphy. Down low then for Darnell Nurse. Darnell Nurse will clear this one off the boards to center, or at least he'll try to. Nurse on the right side then for Edmonton. Down low in the corner, Connor Murphy gets it back for the Oilers. Murphy battling for it down low up top, then Carlson. Fires it on, broken up then by Nurse. Nurse, cross-ice pass to Draisaitl. Draisaitl into the zone. Backhand on there. Saba does not rebounds there. They score! The Oilers have responded. It's Vasily Podkolzin, and it's 4-2. Podkolzin from Kapanen and Draisaitl makes it a 4-2 hockey game here early in this third period. It's not over yet. And that puck deflects off of Vasily Podkolzin into the back of the net. Assist on that goal, Kapanen and Draisaitl. And it is now a 2-goal hockey game. Face-off here now is won back by Anaheim. You had to think the Oilers would respond. And that they did. On the right side, cleared back into the Edmonton zone. Emberson carries it through center. Ty Emberson off the boards, back down low then into the Anaheim zone. Jason Dickinson battling for it down low in the corner. Savoy clears it around behind the net, then back over for Hellison. Hellison will dump this one to center. Grab back then by Emberson on the right side. Here come the Ducks. Gauthier into the zone, backhand pass over, denied by Ingram was Ryan Poehling. Dickinson back over then for Wallman. Jake Wallman then for McDavid. Edmonton will regroup now in their own zone. Wallman off the boards to center. Here's Hyman. Backhand pass broken up then by Trouba, who will dump it ahead. Edmonton will regroup here in their own zone. Matthias Ekholm plays the puck through center, then the Connor McDavid broken up at the line. Edmonton will come back and regroup. Ekholm for Bouchard. Bouchard broken up there at center. Now Washi battling for it. Roslovic will steal it back then for Edmonton. McDavid will backhand it down low. Broken up then by Troy Terry. Terry takes it around the Anaheim net. Leo Carlson carries it through center with speed. Terry breaks it into the zone. Broken up. Carlson In the corner, battling for it alongside Murphy. Kapanen will get it back then for Edmonton. Draisaitl into the zone. Draisaitl pass over, broken up there by the Ducks. They will get it to center. Terry battling for it alongside Murphy. Played back down low then into the Edmonton zone. Murphy off the boards then for Podkolzin. Podkolzin to Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl gets around Paling, battling for on the right side. Paling will pick it up. He'll dump it down low into the Edmonton zone. Ingram clears it around the boards. Battling for it then is Killorn. Granlund back to Paling, a shot. And that one goes up top. Lacombe back down low behind the net. Then Oilers will regroup with it. Kapanen back to Podkolzin. Podkolzin will break it now through center for Edmonton. He'll come back and regroup. Now on the right side is Jake Wallman moving it through center. Wallman trying to chip that one down low. Anaheim gets it back. Trouba down low into the corner. Lacombe off the boards to center. Cross-ice pass to Ian Moore, who will dump it down low. Szymanski battling for now on the right side. Washi trying to get that puck free. Doc on the right side then with Szymanski. Ty Emberson will pick it up then for Edmonton in their own zone. 4.5 minutes gone in the third period. Emberson for Wallman. Edmonton asserting their options here as they dump it down low into the Anaheim zone. Carlson will clear this one off the boards and out of play. You had to think Edmonton was going to respond, and they do so. Vasily Podkolzin there was no way they were going to hold those boys off the board for that long. Shots are 26-19 in favor of Anaheim. Face-off coming up in the Anaheim zone. McDavid versus Washi. It's one back then by the Ducks. They'll clear it off the board, trying to get it to center. Hyman on the right side then with Roslovic. Down low now with it. Trouba will dump it to center. Ekholm. Back over then for Moore. Ian Moore will dump it down low into the Edmonton zone. Evan Bouchard on the right side. Bouchard cleared to center, back into the Anaheim zone. Lucas Dostal will dump it off the boards. Seneca clears it ahead. Ekholm battling for now with Killorn. Killorn below the line then for Anaheim. Tied up there by Ekholm down low in the corner. Picked back up by Bouchard. Bouchard ahead then to Savoy. Savoy will dump it down low here into the Anaheim zone. Getting to it first is Dickinson. Cleared off the boards. Beckett Seneca will dump it to center. Murphy trying to play that one away. Here's Jason Dickinson. Back down low then for Connor Murphy. Murphy to Dickinson. Played ahead and dumped all the way in there on Dostal, who will play this puck again back to center. Kreider trying to backhand that one away. Savoy back down low then for Darnell Nurse. Shots are 3-0 in favor of Edmonton in this third period. Darnell Nurse in the Edmonton zone. Back to Draisaitl. Draisaitl moves it through center. Podkolzin down low then for Draisaitl. Pass in front. Back up top for Wallman, who keeps it slightly in the zone. Draisaitl down low. Save rebounds there. Denied by Dostal. Draisaitl up top. Emberson a shot. Save rebounds there. And cleared away by Moore. Anaheim will bank it off the boards back to center. Jake Wallman in the Edmonton end. Draisaitl loops it back around on the right side. Viel will get it back for Anaheim, who will dump it back down into the Edmonton zone. Wallman for Podkolzin, who dumps it into the corner. Killorn back to Kapanen in front. Broken up there. Now Seneca carries it through center. Killorn gets around Bouchard. Kept in the zone. Killorn cross-ice pass. Carlson to Seneca. Seneca down low now behind the net. Battling for it on the right side. Granlund, he's cross-checked. 7 minutes gone here in this third period. Hyman for McDavid. Cross-ice pass broken up. Roslovic off the boards. Carlson battling for it alongside Hyman. McDavid on the right side, broken up then by Killorn, who will gain the line and dump it down into the Edmonton zone. Shots are 4-0 in favor of Edmonton in this second period. Bouchard chipped off the boards to center. Connor McDavid battling for it alongside Lacombe. Time winding down in the third period. Puck is cleared back into the Edmonton zone, and that will be an icing. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement. We are 55 subscribers away, basically, from 6,500. Subscribe down below if you're new. Going to try and get to 7K by the end of June. I think it's doable. Face off here. One back then by Edmonton. Nurse. Back down low then for Kapanen. Kasperi Kapanen to Murphy. Murphy to Nurse. Back down low. Broken up there as it slides back up top. Kapanen. Down low then for Jackson Lacombe, who will try and clear. Cutter Gauthier. Carries it now through center. Darnell Nurse now holds it in the Edmonton end. Less than 12 minutes to go in this third period. Murphy will move it through center. Connor Murphy will carry it through the neutral zone. He'll dump it down low to the Anaheim end. Carlson will dump it off the boards to Kreider. Played ahead then for Leo Carlson. 2-on-1. Carlson with Terry. Carlson fires it wide. Terry back to Kreider. Down low Carlson. Up top to the other Carlson. John Carlson. Behind the net. Back up top then. Terry. Terry to Minchukov. Down low Kreider. Kreider. Down low then Terry. Terry. Up top to John Carlson. Back to Troy Terry. Terry on the right side. Warps it back around up top. Minchukov to John Carlson. Minchukov. Down low then for Terry. Tied up against the boards then by Emberson. Approaching the halfway mark of this third period. Darnell Nurse moves it through center then for Edmonton. He'll dump it down low into the Anaheim zone. That will be an icing at 10:41 against the Oilers. You can see the frustration here for the Oilers. Shots 28-21 in favor of the Ducks. Face off again here now in the Edmonton zone. It's a tie-up and one back by the Oilers. Nurse to Podkolzin, and it will chip it back into the Anaheim end. No icing. Hines off the boards then for Hellison. Hellison tipped all the way back down into the Edmonton zone for another icing. It was Podkolzin who scored, Douglas. Vasily Podkolzin. Good little breakaway there for Carlson. He did actually get it on Connor Ingram. It is hard for me to tell on some of these angles if it really does get on or not. Ingram deflected that one away. Face-off in the Anaheim end is blown dead due to a face-off violation. So we will try that again. Face-off in the Anaheim end. Draisaitl versus Granlund. Face-off is a tie-up in the Anaheim zone. It's one back then by the Ducks. Tyson Hines will dump it off the boards and back to center. Jake Wallman gets back there for Edmonton. Cleared off the boards to Viel, who will dump it back down the other way. That is another icing. Icings back and forth, back and forth. Haven't had a TV timeout in a while. Face off again now in the Anaheim zone. Draisaitl versus Washi. Face off is won back by Anaheim. Trouba will flip this one ahead. It stays in poke check to center. Wallman in the Edmonton zone. Leon Draisaitl now less than 10 minutes to go. Cleared off the board, slides in on Dostal. He'll make the save. Trouba tries to dump it away. Moore ahead then for Washi. 3-on-2. Washi to Viela's shot. That one's blocked. McDavid battling for it alongside VL. Connor McDavid with speed through center. Poke checked as he's lifted off the stick. VL gets it back. Battling for it alongside Bouchard to the line. Turnover there. Draisaitl carried into the zone. He falls down to the ground. Terry takes it back. Here comes Anaheim the other way. It's a 4-on-1. Terry to Carlson. And he missed the pass. Intercepted then by Edmonton. Draisaitl tries to dump that one down low back to Savoy. He'll get around the D. Kreider off the boards. Trying to get it to center. Nugent Hopkins. Puck is tipped as it slides back into the Anaheim end. Doc battling for it alongside Minchukov. Carlson there jabbing at that puck as well. Nugent Hopkins down in the corner, whistle blown dead here for something. I think it was a hand pass. And we will step aside. Less than 9 minutes to go in the third period. It's a 2-goal lead for Anaheim here in Game 6. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. We are 57 subscribers away from 6,500. I think the goal for the month of the rest of the playoffs is to get to 7,000 subscribers by the end of the playoffs. I think that's my goal. Shots 28-22. Not many shots in this period. Edmonton up 5-2 on Anaheim in terms of the shooting department. But apart from that, really nothing else, if we're being blunt. I hope so, Larry. Thank you, brother. $8:49 to go in the third period. We have returned from TV timeout. There's been chances on both sides for multiple teams, including a near 4-on-1 for Anaheim. Terry sent a pass to Carlson. He missed it. And that was an absolute disaster by the Oilers. They're lucky they messed that up. Face-off coming here now outside of the Anaheim zone. Shots 28-22. Face-off is dumped into the Anaheim zone. Carlson chipped off the boards to center. Murphy back over then for Podkolzin, who will dump it down low now. Kapanen a shot. That one slides in on Dostal and goes wide. Here's Washi on the right side fighting with Draisaitl. Podkolzin to Kapanen. Up top for Darnell Nurse, who dumps it down low then for Kapanen as well. Kapanen and Nurse a shot. That one goes wide. Draisaitl up top. Shot there is denied by Dostal from Murphy up top. Anaheim will force it back to center. 8 minutes to go here in regulation. It's a 4-2 lead for the Ducks. Darnell Nurse, play to center. Bouchard will dump it down low. Here's Trouba. Trouba then for Lacombe. Lacombe will flip this puck in the air to center. Kreider Back to Bouchard on the right side. Here's Nugent Hopkins. He's knocked off by Trouba, and he clears it the other way to center. Wallman will dump it back down low. Nugent Hopkins, pass up top, broken up by Anaheim. Hyman, right side to Terry. Troy Terry then down low for Trouba. Jacob Trouba then for Kreider. Puck is cleared back to center. Trouba in the Anaheim zone, approaching 7 minutes remaining here. Roslovic will backhand this one down low. Jackson Lacombe with 7 minutes to go. He's tripped. Killorn will play it to center. And they will not call that. Wow. Here's Nurse. He'll dump it down low into the Anaheim zone. Minchukov battling for now with Granlund. Just under 7 minutes to go in this third period. Anaheim fans chanting "Ref, you suck" after Roslovic tripped. I believe that was Killorn. Trouba to Seneca. Played through center then Killorn. Alex Killorn battling for it alongside Ekholm. 6.5 minutes to go in the third period. Gauthier will come back to center. Carlson will gain the line. He'll dump it down low. Here's Paling behind the net. Shoots it on Ingram. Save there. Rebounds in front. And he covers it up with 6:09 to go. I believe we'll step aside yet again. Shots 28-23. Or 29-23. In favor of Anaheim. They lead by 2. Wow. Potentially 2 series could come to a close tonight. Oh, my goodness. All right. Expecting a big push here from Edmonton in this third period. Can't beat it. You're damn right about that. Can't beat playoff hockey. All right, still a commercial break here. Probably only maybe one more commercial break, depending on how long these whistles stretch. Shots are 6-3 in favor of the Oilers in this third period. Anaheim, 6 minutes away from a second-round appearance. The Oilers are 6 minutes away from a very, very disappointing finish. It is Game 6 of Round 1. If the Oilers come back from down 2, they will have a Game 7 on Saturday. Murphy, cleared to center. Grabbed back then by John Carlson. This place is up and alive here in Anaheim. Vasily Podkolzin will carry it through center. Kapanen. Up top, Podkolzin dumps it down low into the corner. Killorn on the right side then, Podkolzin. Battling for it down low in the corner. Paling to Gauthier. Cleared up in the air. It slides back to center. Killorn ahead then through center. 2-on-1. He'll dump it back down low as Gauthier abandoned him. Darnell Nurse through center then for Podkolzin. Cross-ice pass to Draisaitl. Draisaitl down low battling for it then with Lacombe. Cleared off the boards by Bouchard. Up top to Wallman. Thank you, Quagmire. We are approaching crunch time. 1-on-1, Viel. Right side, Lacombe. Lacombe to Viel. Backhand. Saved by Ingram. Bouchard gets it back to center. It slides all the way back into the Anaheim zone. Trouba dumps it off the boards. On the right side, fighting for that puck is Granlund. McDavid battling for it down low. Mikael Granlund will dump it ahead to center. Seneca, 2-on-1, poke checked away. Roslovic for McDavid. Connor McDavid circles it back around looking for options. Throws it up top, then the Bouchard. Keep an eye out for Connor Ingram. We're getting to that time. Carlson on the right side, fighting for it then with Kreider. Clear the other way. Here's Seneca. Out of net. Ingram. What a stop by Ingram. And he makes a huge sacrifice there. Darnell Nurse dumps it down low. Mitchukov for McDavid. Approaching the 4-minute mark of the third period. Puck is dumped back into the Edmonton zone. Darnell Nurse. Back over then to Ekholm. They'll clear to center. Nugent Hopkins to Savoy, shot. That one goes wide. And out of play. Beckett Seneca came out of his own net, or Connor Ingram came out of his own net to stop Beckett Seneca. We will step aside one more time, but we're coming down to the wire. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. It'd be greatly appreciated. We will not be live tomorrow, sadly. Tomorrow we will not be live for any of the Game 6s. We are live. I have my other job with the hockey team that I work for, the Reading Royals. So we will not be live tomorrow. There's too many commercials because there wasn't any stoppages the first half. This will be the last one, probably. Habs Flyers semifinal. That'd be fun. All right, still a commercial break here, guys. Subscribe down below if you're new. We're currently at 84 likes. We're 16 likes away from 100 here on the stream. Be sure to leave the likes down below. They are pulling Connor Ingram. Connor Ingram is on the bench. It is 6-on-5. Face-off in the Anaheim zone is a tie-up. One back by the Oilers. Bouchard. Down low for McDavid. McDavid to Draisaitl. Up top then for Ekholm. Ekholm will dump it down low. Trouba steals it back to the right side. Bouchard. Fighting here now with Ian Moore. Leon Draisaitl. Down low up top Ekholm. To Bouchard. Bouchard to McDavid. McDavid's shot there is blocked. Battling for it down low. Anaheim will clear it back into the Edmonton zone. It will not be an icing. All of Anaheim is on their feet. Bouchard to Draisaitl. They'll dump it down low. Dostal of his net. He'll clear it around the boards. Anaheim will force it again. It goes out of play. They blow the play dead. It does come outside of the zone. And I believe it'll stay that way. 3 minutes left to go in Edmonton's season. They need a miracle here. They need a miracle. Face-off coming up outside of the Anaheim zone. Shots 30-24. The face-off is won back by Edmonton. Wallman will gain the zone. He'll dump it down low. Jackson Lacombe tries to clear. Kept in the zone by the Oilers. Bouchard to Draisaitl. Up top, Wallman keeps it in for Edmonton. Pass down low, broken up. Draisaitl gets it back. Bouchard fires it. That one's blocked. Anaheim will try and force the center. It's kept in. McDavid tries to fire it on. Broken up by Terry. It'll stay at the line. Cleared to center. Carlson gets it back. Looks for the empty net. He hits it. Leo Carlson hits the empty net. And the Ducks may have punched their ticket to round 2. Wow. A poor turnover by Jake Wallman at the line. Leo Carlson carries it into the zone. Bouchard decides to not go up and pressure him and let him come right in. And Carlson with his, I believe his 4th point of the game, or his 3rd point of the game. 2.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd period. I imagine for shits and giggles, they'll try and pull Ingram again. Through center now with speed, dumped into the zone. Carlson clears it back to center. Puck goes up in the air. Podkolzin back then for Roslovic. Roslovic battling for now on the right side. Down low shot from Hyman. Saved by Dostal. He'll cover up. Shots 31-24 in favor of Anaheim. Wow. They did show Solani in the stands. Leo Carlson. His 3rd point of the night. Empty net goal. Face-off coming up here now in the Anaheim zone. 2:09 remaining. It's not over yet. Draisaitl. Back over then for VL, who will dump it to center. Moore. Battling with Bouchard. Puck will slide just wide of the empty net. I didn't even know the net was empty again. Here's Ekholm. He'll carry it now through center. Nugent Hopkins will as well. Nuge shoots it. Saved by Dostal. And he will cover up again as Ekholm getting into it there with Lacombe. They did not like the little tap that Ekholm gave Dostal. 1:48 to go in regulation. This game is pretty much over, if we're being honest with ourselves. The Anaheim Ducks are going to move on to round 2. They will play one of Utah or Vegas. Face-off in the Anaheim zone. It's Draisaitl versus Granlund. He slammed Granlund to the ground. Oh, my God. Loud boos here from the Anaheim crowd after that. Connor McDavid will come in to take the draw. Sadly, I am not doing Montreal tomorrow. I will not be live tomorrow, sadly. I would love to, but I'm not, sadly. Bouchard a shot. That one goes wide. Connor McDavid trying to throw a pass up top. Up top, Draisaitl a shot. That one goes wide. 1:30 to go here in regulation. Bouchard for Nuge. McDavid fires one wide there of Draisaitl. Dostal. Here's Killorn to center. Ekholm will dump it down low. Approaching the final minute of play in regulation. Bouchard a shot, gloved by Dostal. And a loud burst of cheers here by the Anaheim crowd. They're going to win this hockey game in the series. Face-off coming up here in the Anaheim zone. It's cleared around the right side. Trevor Moore will try and dump it all the way back to center. Still an empty net here for Edmonton. McDavid carries it through center. Cleared back down low into the Anaheim zone. Mintyukov for Carlson. Right side, Cutter Gauthier brings it to center. 40 seconds to go. They'll look for the empty net again. They'll fire it just wide. Bouchard. Back in the Edmonton zone. Here's Wallman. Wallman will dump it down low. Just out of his net to play that puck. Mintyukov. All of Anaheim is on their feet. It's been a long 8 years for the Ducks of not making the playoffs. And not only do they make it this year, they win a round. And they do it against the team that has gone to the Stanley Cup final back-to-back years. David has defeated Goliath. The Anaheim Ducks will advance to round 2 and take on one of Vegas or Utah. Wow. First playoff series win since 2017. And they did that against the Edmonton Oilers back in 17. Wow. Shots are 31-27 at the end of that one. Final score, Anaheim 5, Edmonton 2. And another agonizing defeat here for Edmonton in the playoffs. Wow. I was not expecting that. I thought Edmonton would be able to get it done. Wow. It's pretty clear a lot of things need to be addressed here in the offseason for Edmonton. For sure. A lot of things need to be addressed in terms of the offseason and such. We'll see what happens, of course. Stay tuned. Tonight, we will be recording 4 TikToks and 4 shorts. Our recap of the games of the day, our top performers, our Stars elimination video, and Edmonton's elimination video as well. But to be honest with you, with Dallas and Edmonton, 2 of the favorites, many would argue going down here in round 1, these playoffs are wide open. These playoffs are wide freaking open. All right. That'll do it for me. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. We will be back tomorrow. No, we won't be. We will not be back tomorrow. We will not be live tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm doing some work with the ECHL team that I work for, the Reading Royals. I do the reporting. Tomorrow may be their last game. We'll see what happens, of course. But thank you all so much for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. We'll see if there's any games on Saturday. I'm not 100% sure. I heard maybe Philadelphia, Carolina will be on Saturday. I have no clue. We'll find out. But stay tuned for the preview for Wild and Avalanche coming up soon. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next stream.